His name? Hart. His unusual future started with a desire and an offhanded comment. Now, Hart was just 13 and loved to participate in triathlons, but his bike was holding him back from placing well in the grueling race. He just needed $1,200 to get a bike he thought would work, and his parents were clear. First, they thought it was a great idea. Secondly, they wouldn't be paying for it. If Hart wanted the bike, he'd need to earn it. Therein was the challenge of Hart's 8th grade life. Well, that's the need. Now to the offhand comment. Hart's sister Cameron had been hitting the bricks selling candles as a school fundraiser. Hart made fun of the candles because he was certain no guy would like the scents. Only women would buy those things. Well, Hart forgot about the comment for a few weeks, but when it was brought up again, he had an adolescent brainstorm. He would create his own candles that would appeal to guys. What did he know about candle making? Nothing. He thought candles were stupid. But if this young man was going to get his bike, he needed to make money. Why not candles? So he took his life savings, $100, and began walking a path no one he knew had walked. He found a company on the East Coast that worked with him on the scents he thought men would like, then kept working with Hart until, well, Hart thought they were right. Everything needed was scent, and his mom poured the candle wax. She was concerned about her son getting burned. Hart didn't want to spend money on fancy glass jars for the candles, so his family ate as much canned soup as they could stand, and the cleaned cans were used to hold the candles. When no one in his house was interested in eating soup anymore, they enlisted neighbors and friends who ate until they no longer had an interest in soup, and then Hart, the idea man, thought the local soup kitchens would be a great place to offer soup, if he could get the cans back. Well, they were agreeable to that. Soon soup kitchens in 4 states were beneficiaries of Hart's soup. His plan was to earn enough for the bike and be done. But there were other plans at work, and those plans continued after 20,000 candles were made in Hart's home. The scent of fresh-cut grass, dirt, New York-style pizza, new met, bacon, coffee, sawdust, campfire, gunpowder, and Santa's beard wafted through Hart's home. The demand continued. He won $15,000 in a prize for young entrepreneurs. By the time college rolled around, his business skills came into play, and he was able to make a smart choice about the school he would attend. His entrepreneurial prize and earnings from his candle business meant that he could attend college without any debt. But between the time Hart was in 8th grade through the time he was in college, there was no time to manage the manufacture and product fulfillment. Hart had too much homework. So a partnership was forged with a local organization that offered opportunities for the developmentally disabled. They affix the wick to the bottom of the soup cans. Yes, he still uses those. They pour the wax, they hand-apply the labels, and they fulfill the orders. Oh, and Hart expanded by creating a line of candles that he once made fun of. Yes, there are candles specifically marketed to women. The combination of these ideas meant that Hart had donated thousands of cans of soup to soup kitchens and thousands of dollars as well. The line of candles for women do not come in a can, so a portion of each sale goes to help others in a financial way. In the first 4 years of operating, Hart was able to give 100,000 cans of soup and $35,000. Well, that's only increased in the years since. Annual sales are estimated at nearly $250,000. Hart is often asked to come back to school, but this time as an adult who can talk about what it was like to have an entrepreneurial edge at such a young age and how it helped him and others along the way. Hart said, "One of my favorite lessons I enjoy sharing with other kids is to not limit yourself or think you're too young to make a difference." Hart even co-wrote a book with his dad about his experiences. It's called One Candle, One Meal, and that title said what he did and how he helped. One candle, one meal. And Hart Maine's 8th grade friends couldn't believe he had a business, even after they saw evidence online. It wasn't until Hart brought a couple of candles for them to see that they believed their young friend, and then they asked him for a job. In Central Ohio, there are many individuals working to send manly scented candles to friends, family, co-workers, and even a few consider these candles a prank gift or having this idea challenged. And the band of workers at Beaver Creek look forward to their daily chance to be a part of the manufacture of these candles. Hart was just one young boy who really wanted a nice bike, who figured out how to earn one, and then stepped into a business idea that has helped thousands along the way. His product? man cans, and she cans. And his favorite scent is the fresh-cut grass candle. It reminds him of baseball in a time before candles. Good news always has a backstory.